against Tennessee. So what had to be fixed, especially given what Chicago does on the ground?
We just weren't as assignment sound as we have been in the past. I think guys were looking to make plays and kind of getting out of gaps, and we got to be true to our defense and what the scheme and rules of our defense are. So we got to earn those opportunities to make them pass, and that's especially true this week.
Feel that can be fixed going into this week?
Absolutely. It's a matter of knowing your job and doing it, and not trying to chase a big play, whether that's a TFL or a sack.
Rushing attack, number 2 in the NFL, 152 yards is going to be. What kind of challenge is that going to be for you guys right now?
They're tough. They're similar to Detroit when you look at how they're built and how the running backs how they move and how they attack downfield. And both of them are talented. They're kind of built more like Montgomery, but they run hard and they're physical and they strain for extra yards, and they keep on coming.
Myles, watching them, Caleb just seems so good at escaping this season and keeping plays alive. Like, what are you seeing on film and in that regard, and how difficult do you think he's going to be to take down?
He's got great peripherals. It's a lot of times it looks like his eyes are downfield and he spins out of a sack or he ducks out of one. So like when you see a guy like that, it gives you a little bit of like Lamar or, my God, looking great, buddy. A little bit of Lamar, a little bit of Pat, as far as how he moves and how he navigates through the pocket. Just able to skip out unscathed and then looking downfield, making those big plays. And we got to make him look a little bit more ordinary on Sunday.
Myles, rookie left tackle for them. What have you seen of him on film, and how much does having Joe next to him kind of help him, as he's sort of adjusting to this life?
Looks good. He's real patient with his hands. He's physical in the run, and he's integrated pretty well. So playing with Joe's gonna help boost any line and anyone next to him. So it's gonna be a challenge, but just got to make the most of the opportunity.
Myles, I know, obviously, you would like to be in the playoff chase, but is there some excitement that you kind of get to play a role playing 3 teams that are coming up that are all sort of basically playing playoff games right now?
Yeah, I don't want them to think, we're just going to be, an easy victory or something they can just walk over and not even think about. They've got to earn everything they get, and then we're coming in to win just like they are. So I don't care what the weather is. I don't care what the records are. You gotta go and get it every Sunday.
Caleb is going into this game saying that he's very determined not to let you set the NFL single-season sack record against him. So I'm sure for them it's probably going to be a team-wide effort. And do you feel like that's just going to be what you have to deal with every game now or this game? People trying to prevent that?
Quarterbacks don't want to get sacked no matter what week it is, so I'm not too worried about that. Of course, they want to keep me off the quarterback. Everyone does, and it's more than just me to worry about. Like I said first, we got to stop the run and earn those opportunities to rush the passer and make them even want to do that. So he can maneuver pretty well, and they have a great rushing game and they have a great play action game to move in the pocket and let him use his legs. So we've got to get him out of that. If we even want to have a chance to see him drop back. But I have a lot of respect for how elusive he is and what he can really do when he has the ball in his hand.
Myles, remember T.J. Watt had a collapsed lung. I know you have a lot of respect for him, and while you have no rivalry with him, were you try to reach out to him or anything? Or have any reaction to him?
Since you asked, I reached out to him. I don't have his number or anything, but I reached out to him to see if he's all right. So I'm hoping for the best. At the end of the day, our teams may be rivals, and they might create a rivalry between us. But he's not my enemy. I'm hoping for the best, for him and his health, and hoping that he comes back soon, whatever it is. You said it's a collapsed lung. That's more than I knew. I just knew it was a lung injury. So
I think his brother said
believe it, released it. Well, no, I'm praying for the best for the Watt family.
Myles, with all the attention the sacks get, is the TFL an understated or underrated stat in your mind?
Absolutely. Some of my friends joke that TFLs are harder to get than sacks just because there's no half TFLs. And you have to really, bring them down yourself. And if anyone, jumps on it, that's just a tackle. So, they're difficult and they're loss of down plays and loss of yards plays, just like sacks. And more often than not, they're going to be running the ball. So those plays have as much or a bigger impact than sacks. Sacks are glorified in the big plays, and you're making a play on the most valued player on the field. So I see the argument for both, but we're going to need both this Sunday.
Myles, last week you talked about what the record-setting sack might look like. Have you thought about if there's anything extra beyond your own celebration that you have planned if you get it or when you get it, knowing that that's going to be an iconic play that's replayed all the time?
Well, that'd be spur of the moment. I'm thinking about making the play, and whatever happens after the play, it's just the cherry on top.
I know 25 is your number, but when you see 20 next to your name now, does that boost you a little bit?
Boost me? I don't even think about it. How do we get the next one? It's all my mind can handle right now. What's the next one look like? What are the ops looking like? And how do we get them where we want them?
I know we talk a lot about you and the all-time greats. Jock earlier today said that you're the best defensive player he's ever seen, from his time playing and coaching in the league. What does it mean for you to hear a coach and a guy that's been around a while say that about you?
Well, he's seen a whole lot, and it means a lot. I'm hoping Clyde one day will say the same. But that's a hell of an honor. He's played with some really great ones, and he's had the honor of coaching and putting up film with some really great ones. And at the end of the day, we want to just be the best that we can be, and let the opinions and arguments go as they may. But that is something that I had in my mind coming into the league, being talked about amongst those greats. So I want to continue to just put myself in that conversation.
Myles, one of the guys in the group have talked about how important this sack record is to all of them as well. They want to help pitch in and do whatever they can to make sure that you get it, and they're all rallying around it. Grant was talking about he's going to hold up the quarterback and wait for you to show up. Alex, they're all. It's like a team effort. How does that make you feel that you know that these guys are just as excited or maybe even more excited about this thing?
Sacks are a team stat. At the end of the day, when we talk about 4 = 1, it's 4 defensive linemen, and we're going against 5 different offensive linemen, and we couldn't do it without working together, and then getting blitzes, getting guys coming off the edge, going through the middle, occupying more blockers at linebackers to get one-on-ones, or even getting the chipper off a little bit quicker. And all that is a little bit understated, but taken into account when we watch film, and we're appreciating the hard work and the execution that everyone has to have to even make a sack happen. And now I'm very grateful for the teammates that I have and what they do for me.
Did Alex make a convincing case to split that sack on Sunday?
Hey, that's with him in the NFL. I'm not going to fight it.
Myles, we see a lot of times defense linemen get that big contract and they kind of get too close to staying sack. What's kind of for you been the mentality to take it to another level this year, given that big thing?
It's because the money didn't mean much to me. It was nice to have the security, having guarantees, and not being out there, knowing that if I got hurt, that there would be nothing for or for the rest of my career that they had to give me, and that's kind of security for my family and no family I hope to have in the future. And it was always about just achieving the potential that I knew I had, and working together and to create something that would stand the test of time. So whether that's team sacks and chasing that goal or individual sacks, knowing that there was still more in the tank, knowing more that we could do and more that we could achieve. And I don't know if it's my best rushing year as far as what I can do and what I have shown on the field, but statistically it has. And